Hi beerers, welcome to the Craft Beer channel. Today I'm down in one of my favourite parts of the world. I'm in Cornwall in southwest England and I'm visiting one of the breweries who set me on this journey to find amazing beer. Now they're not listed as one of the trendiest craft breweries. They mostly brew cask, but that doesn't mean they don't experiment. They brew one of my favourite really hoppy beers, Big Job, and they are taking me through one of the most complex and interesting beers in the world. Today we're going to be showing you how to make a gose, and we've got a special ingredient as well. I'm here with Roger Ryman, head brewer here at St Austell, in front of their hugely impressive pilot kit. You must be a very proud parent.
Oh, well, it's a lovely facility to have. Allowed me to come in some of my sort of wild ideas.
Yeah, of which this is one of your wildest, I would presume.
Yeah, well, this is a gose.
Yeah.
So what goes up.
Yeah.
So we thought we could make a nice sort of Cornish translation of that, all that salinity, the smell of the old briny and sea air down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we thought that was going to be good.
Cornish sea salt is
absolutely
a famous ingredient. The samphire goes here as well.
Yeah,
so
right, yeah.
I've given the game away though. So yes, the secret ingredient is samphire.
And Cornish sea salt.
And Cornish sea salt, of course. What are you sort of hoping to add by, instead of just having salt, what's the samphire going to add?
Can't quite describe the smell, obviously.
No.
Because it's kind of briny, the salty flavour, but there's the aroma. It's like being down by the seaside.
So Roger hinted at it, but what actually is a gose? Well, it's a German sour beer. So every notion you have about German beer and about the Reinheitsgebot, just throw it out of the window, because this beer is kind of wacky. It originates from a place called Goslar, which I think had a river called the Gose going through it, which is where it gets its name from. So they used the water from that. And it was also, Goslar was also known for its salt mines. So whether the water was salty or whether they added salt, I'm not quite sure. Traditionally, all goses also had coriander in, so we've added a tiny bit of that. Roger was saying earlier, you don't want any of these flavours to become overpowering, because then you just reduce the others. So it's just a little bit of coriander, about 5 kilograms in a 12-barrel brew. So it's going to be really balanced, it's going to hit every edge of your tongue. And that's what's amazing about gose and other sour beers, the way it appeals to every one of the senses that are on your tongue. And samphire is not the only unusual ingredient. Instead of using wild yeast strains from spontaneous fermentation, which would have turned a gose sour centuries ago, we're using acidulated malt, otherwise known as sour or spoilt malt. This is normal malt where the lactobacillus bacteria has been allowed to form on the grain and turns it slightly sour. The amounts we used were pretty tiny, only just enough to lower the pH of the beer by 1 or 2. At least we did if I put the right sacks in. Goses traditionally were naturally salty, and our secret ingredient is samphire. This stuff. So this is a grass that grows by the coast. Because it's growing by the coast, it's growing in salty soil and it picks up that salt. So what you get, the actual flavour of this stuff, is somewhere between, well, it's like a salted lettuce leaf essentially, with a little bit of sweetness to it as well. It's really delicious stuff with fish, and we're going to use that along with our Cornish sea salt to add that salinity to the beer. However, Roger has handed me this tiny Kenwood because he wants it smaller. He wants to make a sort of a bed that it's going to filter through in the hop back. So I've been charged with tearing up and processing 8 kilograms of samphire. So having thrown the samphire straight into the copper, it occurred to me that Roger had been debating and flip-flopping almost every half hour whether it should go straight into there or whether it should go into a hop back. He's gone for the risky one because that might clog. You feeling confident, Roger? Feeling confident? Absolutely. There you go, it'll be fine. fermenter that the beer's going to go into in a couple of minutes' time. And then we've got some men coming with some yeast. A strange phrase.
Yeah, we're actually cropping that off one of our conical vessels outside. So we're fermenting this with bottom cropping yeast. It's our lager yeast. It's the strain that we use for fermenting Corinth. So there's a very large fermentation vessel just down there with a man with a valve, hoping to capture a bucket of yeast and bring it down to us.
Not taking it in the face. So why lager?
Well, I think part of it is the German tradition. You know, the kind of thing of it's bottom fermented rather than top fermented. Although what we are going to do is, although we're using lager yeast, we're going to use it at ale temperatures. So it's a little bit of hybrid.
Is that steam beer?
Yes, it could be really. Yeah. Let's go. I hadn't thought about that, but yes,
it's a steam beer gose. Let's add as many.
Steam samphire gose.
So that is our samphire and Cornish sea salt steam beer gose put to bed. About a week of fermentation, maybe 3 weeks of conditioning, and then it will be bottled. We'll let you know where to get that on our Twitter feed at Beer Channel and Facebook. Now the final and toughest job, which is, well, to check what is in all the other fermenters. Cheers.